9.
Alright, welcome back.
Woo! Hello!
Big Laz.
And Hieronymus. There he is.
This is TK Knights of the Round Table, episode 9.
Damn.
Now remember, episode 10 will be kind of big for us because we're going to be entering the double digits, and it will be shot and located at Big Laz's pad. For now, we're going to do 9 here. We have a lot. This one's going to be a lot of reviews. A couple of rants, but mainly reviews because we just came back from seeing X-Men First Class.
Yeah, we sure did, man.
We're going to talk about that in a couple of minutes. But thank you guys for tuning in. One moment.
One moment.
We are open for business now.
We are brought to you by Modelo and Paps. Blue Ribbon.
This guy, I don't know what his deal is with the blue ribbon.
My mutant power is able to drink Paps.
We have a pretty funny show as far as reviews.
But yes, he is correct. We are blasting like a rocket ship into episode 10, the big number 10 anniversary episode of the TK Roundtable. It's going to kick off the Balls Deep Tour 2011. Our first on-location show is going to be at my place. And, man,
The second one, we will try to air at Joey's.
Yeah, Joey's Pub, right there on St. Mary's, and we'll see if we can do so. We're gonna line up as many guests as we can. We got spectacular fucking reviews and segments to do on that show, so you know it'll be a big fucking event. So I hope everybody's getting ready to watch now, because that one is gonna blow the roof off of all the episodes we've done so far.
Don't worry, by the time you see this, obviously episode 8 will be up. I joined the club and I went with Time Warner. Internet has been fucking amazing since then, so I have no problems. We can rant on as long as we want now. Let's get a movie out of the way that I watched recently. Go ahead and do that. The Hangover 2. I saw it was a pretty bad quality, but
how bad was it, man?
it was like dark. Like everything was dark.
Did you hear like?
I could hear everything perfect.
Okay.
And you could make it out. It was just like dark.
Yeah, dark. Hurt your eyes and shit.
I didn't even keep it because that's probably why. I mean, I didn't like looking at it. I saw it. I deleted it. But overall, it was a great follow-up. It didn't even outdo the first one. It kind of like tied it. That's why I liked it. A movie that could just tie itself and compete with itself with the original one.
It was like the same shit.
It was the same stuff, different. Obviously different plot, different location, but it was still
good
fun.
laughs.
Yeah. Zach Galifianakis obviously kept that movie going. That's the only movie I like with Bradley Cooper. It was pretty funny that crazy Asian was back.
Oh yeah. And was he like a main character this time or what?
He played a sub main character. He was in it. He had more roles, and a special cameo at the end by Mr. Tyson himself. That kind of was funny, but I liked it. I mean, it's obviously watchable. To keep watching.
Can they make a Hangover 3?
They can, but should they? No.
Like, where would they go anyway?
I don't know. If they do, they must base it off Zach Galifianakis, or however the fuck you pronounce his name. Other than that, it was a good movie. I'm not gonna go out I'll give it 3 out of 5.
No spoilers, yeah.
I'll give it.
I heard there was a lot of wangs in it though.
Yes, there's a lot of wangs in it. A lot of they're in Thailand.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There was a lot of they do show a lot of female wang.
So if you're afraid of wang, go into it.
It wasn't like as bad as it was like the same amount of wang as they showed in Dewey Cox.
Oh yeah, okay. Dewey Cox is great,
which is a fucking hilarious movie. And you never once bought the weed or paid for weed.
I had to get a loan out from the chimp.
I owe him money.
You paid the chimp more than me.
You slept with me and my wife, and I've had weird feelings since, Dewey. This is the worst case scenario. Somebody being cut in half by machete.
Wrong kid died.
That I've seen. Wrong kid dies. All I have to say. We are fans of Mr. Dewey Cox.
Dewey Cox, you're the man.
Funny movie. Alright, now we're gonna bash why. I don't know if it's the directors. No, it can't be the directors. It's gotta be the studios, the big time studios that insist on doing remakes.
Yes, remakes.
Why do they make remakes? Obviously, we are upset that they're remaking The Crow.
Why are they doing that?
That is like...
They're gonna remake Highlander? Also.
Oh god, they're remaking Highlander. They're doing The Warriors. They're remaking The Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They're touching the classics. Why? I don't know. Anybody, please fill me on this. Fill us on this. This is bullshit.
The reason is they ran out of ideas, man.
How do you run out of ideas? You know how many books are there in the world?
Well, look at all the comic book movies, right? They just keep making sequels to the comic book movies, you know?
Yeah.
And then they go looking for what's another comic book we can make a movie out of.
Well, I mean,
there's no.
I think
there hasn't been a good original, like 100% original movie in a long time.
Well, The Mist kind of blew us away.
That was still based on a Stephen King book.
How about District 9?
That was original, and that's why it was so good, man.
That was an awesome movie.
That was an original. You know, we could list all the remakes that they're making.
Oh man. Okay.
Fuck, man.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
But we hear it's being halted. They're doing obviously The Crow. The fucking they're gonna do Jurassic Park. Look, I'm not a fan of Jurassic Park.
I mean, they fucked it over with the sequels.
Yeah, they kept on. The original, okay, growing up was a good Jurassic Park. And we can all agree that was an awesome movie. Jurassic Park, it just blew our mind. Like, oh yeah, that's what a dinosaur looks like. That's cool. Screaming white little bitch. All right. I like it because Sam Neill's one of my fucking favorite.
Jeff Goldblum.
Nah.
Come on, that's my favorite line in any movie. He goes, are you married? He goes, no, I'm always on the lookout for a future ex, Mrs. Malcolm. Love that line.
Sam Neill, one of my favorite ones.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, Event Horizon.
We're going
Merlin.
Merlin was in that.
And what is that? In the Mouth of Madness. One of my favorite movies.
We'll do a list of top 10 movies that you probably haven't seen, but you need to see, and we're gonna add that to the list right now.
I don't have the pen.
I'll remember that.
Hopefully you remember it. As y'all saw in the first minute, I threw the pen.
He tossed it, man. That shit exploded. It's over there somewhere.
I lost my train of thought.
I don't know where.
Remakes. They're doing The Warriors and Jurassic Park, and there's a site on there that we found. I mean, there's about 88 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Out of those 88, I want to say 20 of them are classics that they're gonna attempt to remake. There are way too many ideas and unknown directors, unknown writers out there for y'all to be doing that. They just don't want. They're trying to be cheap, you know. They don't want.
They need to just start from scratch and do some original stories, man.
The only remake I would like to see would probably be Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Why don't they remake movies that sucked?
I know, man.
Like they're remaking Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah, because it was Stallone. Stallone was the man, but he did go through a time of just getting money to do crappy movies.
Man, it's got Rob Schneider in it.
He had his moment where he was kind of like the Nicolas Cage of that decade.
Yeah, he would just do anything for cash, man.
But now, apparently, Nicolas Cage is he has made that his own.
Cage,
what happened to you, bro?
The movie that he's gonna bank on to get him back to life is Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance.
Oh God!
Which is coming out in a couple of months, and I'm kind of anxious to see the preview. I mean, I want to see if he's bullshitting.
That shouldn't even be his comeback.
That's his comeback.
The only thing I like Cage that he did that I like that he did an awesome role on that because it was just out of nowhere for me was Kick-Ass.
Oh yeah, you saw Kick-Ass.
Yeah, I like Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass was badass, and that was a big hit for him.
That was a big hit for him. That was a great role he did.
Play Big Daddy.
You don't necessarily have to do the big leads all the time to get the respect, Nick. Yeah, we loved you in Bringing Out the Dead, Face Off, and all that shit. But Kick-Ass was a good role for you.
Yeah.
Con Air, if it wasn't so crappy, but they had some of the greatest one-liners. It
did.
I don't. Who's the new Nicolas Cage? Nobody is, right? It's just
Jackman is the new Nicolas Cage.
Oh God, Jackman.
He's making a movie
He
called.
did one.
What?
That one that's coming up.
The robot.
The robot.
John.
Hopefully you don't walk down that path, Jackman.
I think he is, brother.
You're better than that, man. You're better than that. All right. We'll get back on track. But yeah, they're doing remakes.
Of everything. Everything needs a remake. I mean, I can list all the remakes that just blew ass. You know, they did a remake of The Omen. That sucked. They did a remake.
The Amityville Horror.
Amityville Horror. It was just let's look at Ryan Reynolds is fucking without a shirt on.
Let's see if he can act.
It's looking for 2 hours.
Which you bombed.
Hey, I watched it. I decided to do more crunches afterwards, but that's about it. I didn't like the movie. It sucked. But I did more crunches. The Fog. They did a remake of The Fog. That blew. It had Tom Welling in it.
Yeah, I remember that went that lasted like 3 weeks on the big screen.
They did The Wolfman with Benicio.
I hated that.
And Anthony Hopkins.
I was mad that Anthony Hopkins decided to do that.
Where they looked like two shih tzus fighting at the end.
Jesus, man.
That's what the girl said. They were too cute to take seriously. So
it was a horrible movie. Why would they do that?
They money, man, money. They thought they would be pretty good, but in theory, but not in execution, man.
But let's go back to what you were talking about. Movies that deserve to be remade.
Movies that blew.
We agree, Judge Dredd, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I'm at the fucking CGI stuff we have now.
If they could do a really good Swamp Thing, man.
I liked Swamp Thing. I didn't like Swamp Thing 2 or 3 though. They did do sequels to that.
Oh, they only did one, right?
I think they did 3. I'm sorry, it was Swamp Thing 1 and then they did...
Or 2. And then they did a series.
It was a series, I'm sorry, I took it as 3. But yeah.
They even did a cartoon. I like that cartoon.
Well, the cartoon was better because it was like free base, like their own, they had their own rights. Or
yeah, they had some dude that he was like a bat creature. And
we all know Swamp Thing doesn't really have powers, but...
that
dude's literally been through shit.
He's been through hell, brother.
So you gotta get Swamp Thing.
My favorite Swamp Thing story was he literally goes to hell to bring the soul back of his girlfriend,
and he does.
But he fights all these demons and fucking.
I don't think Swamp Thing's badass.
Yeah,
I'm very disappointed that he's so underrated. Only because of his appearance. That he looks corny to be a super.
Well, because of the old movies, that's why.
Yeah.
It's just some dude with a green suit.
They didn't do him justice, but for that time of age, it was a good.
And
movie.
Wes Craven made that movie.
Well, I mean, for that time of age, I liked it. It was okay.
I think he spent more money on Adrian Barbeau's boobs than anything else. Which check them out; they're pretty good.
If anything, I mean that's a shout out to Swamp Thing because I mean that's a good series, a good comic, and if you want to talk about a story that fucking gets to you, read fucking Swamp Thing. You think Batman has problems? No, Swamp Thing.
He's got problems, brother.
That dude's got issues.
But that's the thing though. They could really do Ghost Rider good if they really just fucking.
But that's sad though.
If they ran with it,
because Ghost Rider just came out.
Yeah,
and it deserves a better remake. Yeah.
Star.
As well as we can say for the X-Men, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, they finally.
We'll get to that. Don't go slow it.
But bad movies that they could do better.
If you guys got any personal bad movies, write it, comment.
Or movies that you just thought should be good, but they blew.
They
fucking suck that shit, What's a recent movie that you saw that just fucking, what the hell was that shit?
We'll come back to it.
Alright, we'll be right back. Hey, Chloe, she's on the new issue of some magazine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's looking pretty good, man.
Alright, Chloe.